Jill, Coach Ellis, please come speak to us.
All right, it's game day. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor, Mr. Rector, Mr. President, honorable faculty, and distinguished guests for this truly remarkable honor. It is great to be back in the Berg. First, let me congratulate the team behind the team. Friends, family, faculty, let's give you guys huge props and a big thank you for all your support of this enthusiastic and for sure now smarter group of students. Graduates, let's thank your support team. Okay, now to the All-Stars. Congratulations to the graduating class of 2016. Today is a tremendous accomplishment. You have successfully navigated the rigors of academia at the College of Knowledge. And in doing so, you are now forever linked to one of the oldest and most prestigious learning institutions in the world. Well done. When I was asked to be the commencement speaker, my first reaction was, really? Me? I mean, come on. I chase balls around the field for a living. And this place has had Supreme Court justices, presidents, prime ministers, a queen, secretaries of state, and now a soccer coach. So, needless to say, I was a little intimidated to stand here where so many notables have stood, but then my competitive spirit got going, and I said, you know, I've done something that those people have not. I graduated from the College of William & Mary. I have tried pride. I have walked Crimdell, studied in Tucker, barfed in DuPont. Crammed at SWEM, on the 3rd floor, might I add. Chugged at Paul's Deli, chowed at the cheese shop. I am proudly one of you, and I am thrilled to be a part of your special day. So much so that I would love to do a selfie with you guys. That's getting posted right now. Okay, I confess, I don't recall what my commencement speaker spoke about at my graduation. So I refuse to be one of a long line of graduation speeches that don't get recalled. So I'll start and finish with 2 words: be bold. I really want these words to stick with you guys. So I want us to say them together. You ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Be bold. There it is, your takeaway from a graduation speech. 2 simple words that have served me and will serve you very well. I'm an English major, so here is Webster's definition of bold: of a person, action, or idea showing an ability to take risks, be confident, be courageous. We haven't met, although I did meet some of you at Paul's last night. But I know you're confident, courageous, and willing to take risks. I know this because of all the schools you could have picked to attend, you chose this one. A school that would push you, challenge you, question you. So I stand here, not with definitive pearls of wisdom, but as someone who stood where you are today, on the launching pad of your next big adventure. You have just completed a very structured, organized part of your life. You were told what was required of you, understood the rules, knew where to be, and mastered what you needed to know to be able to sit here proudly in your cap and gown. You had a blueprint, and you followed it. But after today, you have no fixed map, no blueprint to follow. It is yours to build and chart. But I'm here to reassure you that each of us has an internal compass. And the past 4 years here, maybe without you realizing it, have calibrated your compass. The tools you have learned and sharpened here will prepare you for the next chapter. It was here I found my voice, built lasting friendships, realized that pressure actually brought out the best in me. And when I sat here where you sit today on my graduation day, I acknowledged that hard work and struggle are the cornerstones of accomplishment. As I see it, there are two groups of you here today. Some of you have picked out your next major destination. You've already set your GPS and plotted your course. Maybe it's grad school. Maybe you have a job lined up. Let's hope, parents. Or an internship. Or maybe you're off to the Peace Corps like Casey Doomer. But for the other 95% of you, and by the way, if you're an English major, that applies to all of you. For the other 95% of you, you face the daunting question, holy crap, where do I go from here? Well, there is no right or wrong approach to navigating your life. And in fact, at various moments, you will, as I did, explore both routes, the structured and the unstructured. The important part is that you embrace and enjoy the challenges, and you realize you do not travel alone. Just take a minute and think of how many people have been on this road to this point with you. Roommates, teammates, TAs, professors, coaches, and family. What I remember most from my time at William & Mary are indeed the people, the journeymen who traveled with me on my path, my teammates who are here today. Thanks for coming. Dr. John Charles, who believed in the potential of a shy English kid. My English professor, Nathaniel Elliott, who fostered my love of prose. And Coach John Daly, who until today didn't realize the $5,000 scholarship he offered me my senior year was a third of my father's family income. And that blessing allowed an immigrant family the funds to secure a green card. And lastly, my parents, who sat in these very bleachers and beamed with the same pride that I see in your family and friends' faces today. For those of you already with that planned destination, understand this: it is the wrong turns, the roadblocks, and the flat tires that will be the most valuable part of your journey. It's because those moments will change you. Once I was hired as the women's national team coach, my objective was very clear, my path very direct: win the World Cup. There was no margin for error. Silver medal wouldn't cut it. The team was historically very successful and ranked #1 in the world. But it had been 16 years since our country had won a World Cup. For us to become world champions, I felt we needed to try a different path. And so I put together a schedule that was challenging and unfamiliar. I wanted to stretch them by making them uncomfortable. I took them to Brazil in their off-season. We weren't sharp. We were booed by 18,000 people, and we lost. I then took them to France after an intensive preseason fitness camp. We struggled. We were fatigued. We were booed by 12,000 fans, and we lost. But it was in those losses that we learned how far we needed to come. We were humbled by the sting of defeat, and it motivated us. We learned tactically what we needed to improve, and we learned how to stick together and have each other's backs. Unequivocally, Without those failures, we would not have been crowned world champions last summer. I told the players the 4 weeks, all right. I told the players the 4 weeks in Canada were going to be like a pressure cooker. But because we had dealt with hardships, been stretched to the point of breaking, we absorbed the pressure, filtered out the distractions, and got it done. William & Mary helped me prepare for that stage, as it will you. I was asked all the time, how did you deal with the pressure, the expectation of a nation? Well, what I learned here is that pressure is an honorable component of something important. Pressure means it is valuable to you. And if it has value, it will bring out the best in you. So honor the responsibility, throw your arms around it, and embrace the pressure. If these professors and your fellow students and the environment made you uncomfortable at times, thank them for it. It has helped you get ready for the pressure cooker of life. How I got to be the women's national team coach is a journey that should encourage that other 95% of you who have yet to figure out what the heck you're doing. Sometimes a career is a process of elimination. Sometimes it's someone you know opening a door for you. And sometimes it's being pulled in a direction you're unsure of. The rationale might differ, but whatever you end up doing, you have to trust yourself and be authentic. You will be selected because of what you bring to the table. Stay loyal to your individuality. I never even started out wanting to be a coach. Remember, I didn't know what I wanted to do. Back then, it was not a solid career choice. Security, salary were lacking in female sports. And actually, there's still a lot of room for improvement in that regard. Retrospectively, I think passion steered me towards this journey. At every major juncture in my life, I realized that I chose the route that appeared to be less comfortable, higher risk. I chose to be bold. At 16, I was about to finish school in England, and my parents made a decision to move to America. I had a choice: stay in the UK with my friends and prepare to sit my O-level exams, or head to the US to begin a new life. I dreamed of America. After some grad work at 23, I became a technical writer. Worked for a large corporation, had a mortgage, an Acura, felt I was doing quite well for myself. Then I got a job offer to become an assistant coach at the University of Maryland. Wait for it, $6,000 a year. Well, my mother was absolutely freaking horrified. My dad, who's a coach, was like, go for it. I took a leap of faith and followed passion over a paycheck. I enjoyed being an assistant coach, but I longed to lead. And later, after 12 successful years as the head coach at UCLA, I sought to change the view. I could have settled in and planned to retire at UCLA, but I was ready to gain a new perspective and left that security to join US Soccer as the Director of Development. Boldness is not rash, nor arrogant, or without humility. Being bold is trusting yourself, being yourself, and challenging yourself. When the biggest, most prestigious job in my profession opened, I'd be lying to say that I leapt at it without hesitation. I assessed, sought advice, and then when ready, trusted myself that everything I was to this point would be good enough. When you reach your planned destination, here's what's going to happen. You will enjoy it briefly, and then you will be ready to move, to plot another course, seek another goal. Perhaps it is tackling another project, maybe writing a book, confronting an injustice, expanding your family. Whatever the next step may be, you are wired to seek what is beyond in front of you. Although this institute is over 300 years old, the College of William & Mary demanded from each of us that we don't live in the past and that we aspire to be current and relevant to the world. You leave here with an expanded mind, and I hope a richer soul. I could touch on being compassionate member of society or of paying it forward, but because of what this school embodies, I believe you understand social responsibility and what it is to be a good citizen. So, what's next? I am moving on. When I met with my team in January of this year, I said to them, congratulations, you got to the summit of your sport last summer. But there is a reason why summits are small and the air is thin. Because you cannot dwell on a summit. Nobody gets to the top of Everest and hangs out there for a week. You get up there, you enjoy the view briefly, and you move on. For us, the challenge is to be the first team to win Olympic gold on the back of having won a World Cup. It has never been done. Today, you have summited. You have reached a major destination, and we celebrate your achievement. Take a moment to pause and enjoy the view. And then when you're ready, move on and be bold. Thank you, class of 2016.